name is Erik Templeman, and from February 2013 to July 2016, I have been the coordinator of the Light.touch.matters project. This was really a pioneering piece of research into what we now call design-driven materials innovation. So in short, involving designers into materials research. Why, you may ask, would you want to do that? Well, the main reason is that materials innovation, for all its apparent need and value, is tremendously slow. To give perhaps an obvious example, the BMW i3 that you can now buy since a few years is using materials that were developed first in the 1960s and discovered in the 1950s. It's not unusual for materials to take at least 25 years to make it from the lab to the actual world. That's a pity, because we need new materials to solve basically any grand challenge that we have as society. And we believe in our project we have shown that involving designers can really get the materials into society faster and better. So how does this work? How can we involve designers, and what do they bring to the table? Many things we have seen, but the main thing is that they bring an articulation of the end user value of the materials. They can show what the materials mean to people and what they are worth. They also tend to change the process. Designers want material samples. They want them fast, they want them often, and they want a lot of them. This really puts material development almost upside down. Material theorists, they like to get the models first and perhaps validate them later with their actual samples, while designers like to work the other way around. Designers also bring a sense of what is known as iteration, or how Silicon Valley describes as fail soon, fail often, and fail forward. This iterative approach towards making new products is a really nice mix we find with the materials development. So if you are a policymaker and you would like to make calls for research, well, we recommend that you put these two things into the mix. Get designers to articulate the end user perspective and involve designers to make samples, do prototyping, and to learn a lot from doing. I recommend, after learning the things in our project, that you see these things for what they are: research. It is not prototyping, and should be, let's say, financed accordingly. A bit of warning then, not all designers are equal. Some designers have no experience at all in working with new materials and processes. We recommend you leave those out of the equation. The ones you have to find are the ones who like to experiment. So look for track records with new materials, or indeed for the new technology that you are hoping to discover in a project, and select the designers accordingly. What is also important is that the designer should have a firm connection to the potential need area where the materials or the technologies are most likely to be applied. There's so much more to say about design-driven innovation, or DRTD as we now call it. But I'd like to just mention one thing more. In our Light.touch.matters project, we have new materials that bridge the domain of materials with that of electronics. But the electronic side, we actually had to downplay a bit. We really could not give it the attention that we now have seen it deserves. So why was that? The answer, quite simply, is that of scoping. The call text, so the call for research to which our project was a reply, specifically demanded materials and specifically excluded integration with electronics. These things do not really help. So as a final bit of policy advice, I would say, if it is innovation you want, then ask for innovation.